All right, guys, fantasy check-in time now for the San Antonio Spurs. A lot of questions coming in about the Spurs. The first question comes from NR. He says, with Rudy Gay back, how much does that drop Derrick White's value, and what kind of value could we expect from him from the rest of the season? I don't know if you mean Gay or White in terms of rest of the season. I'm going to assume it's White because that's where the majority of the questions were coming in about Derrick White. I don't really think Rudy Gay is going to impact Derrick White all that much. It's important to note, over the last month, 15 games worth, White's been playing 30 minutes a night, some with Gay, some without. But he's the 48th ranked player in that time, and it's not because he's getting an extended amount of usage. 17.4% usage, below the average of 20%. So it hasn't been this big spike in touches that he's been getting. He's shooting well, he's getting steals, he's getting blocks, and I think that those 29.6 minutes he's got over the last 15 games, I think that will continue to rise, and he'll continue to play more minutes. And he's shown that he can actually have a larger role on this team as he's been able to carry in that time that Gay has been out. The efficiency stuff is unbelievable at the moment from White. He was a pretty high efficiency guy in the G League and at Colorado as well as a good shot blocker. So none of these things should be massive surprises for what he's been able to do this season. And I think he can hover around that top 50 to top 60-ish type of value for the rest of the season. And that might seem extreme, but as I said, over the last month, he's playing under 30 minutes a game. He's the 48th ranked player. And I think that at 40 to 75, we know the margin in those roles or in those range is pretty slim, and you can move pretty quickly 20 spots depending on what happens. But that's the sort of area you should be looking at Derrick White as being that sort of a player, a guy on the fringe of top 50 and at worst a top 80 player, I believe. And one other question quickly on the Spurs, I need to find the guy who asked this question so I can give him credit. AJ LeBron, probably a fake name. LaMarcus Aldridge is the epitome of a sell-high candidate, right? This level of production can't be sustainable. And while he was poor at the start of the season, I criticised him for whining and complaining about not being the number one guy, he has definitely turned it around, and the efficiency is way back up to where it's been, in fact, at better numbers than it's been in the past. But yes, over the last month, he is the 16th ranked player. It will not stick at this level because he is shooting 58% from the field and 90% from the free throw line. And those numbers are going to be pretty tough to sustain. Last season, 51 and 84. The year before, 48 and 81. The year before, 51 and 86. The year before, 47 and 85. This season, 51 and 85. So that spike, which has pushed him right up inside the top 20, is on the back of that absolute monster field goal percentage. It's got a Z score of 2.5. His next highest category is free throw percentage at 1.8, and then after that, it's points, 1.65. So if the field goals and free throws come down, a lot of value lops off, and then that takes away value from the points category, and he goes back to maybe being a top 40 sort of a player. So yes, I think he is a sell high guy. I don't think you're going to get top 20 value back, so that might make it hard to execute, but it's something you should absolutely be looking at trying to do.